the Sefer Bamidbar. It starts off by counting Klal Yisrael. After every big event, the Rebbe Shalom would, to show his chavivas, the Klal Yisrael, he counts every single one. And the Torah keeps using a lashon of B'mispar Shemos. So Hashem Pincus points out that B'mispar and Shemos are almost contradictory. They mean two opposite things. B'mispar means a number. We know in the Holocaust they gave every person who walked into the camps a number, because you're no longer a person, you're a number. In the military, a person walks is part of a platoon, he gets a number. Number 3, get up, give me push-ups. But Shemos is individuality. It's you. Chaim Yankel, right? A father doesn't wake up his kids and say, number 7, get out of bed. It says, yeah, Yankel, wake up, right? The Mispar Shemos is telling us that the Rebbe Shalom counts us as his army. And he counts us as a Mispar. And there's a big mila of being a Mispar. Just being a number. Why? Because they're not just a number. You have a guy who's building a wall. He doesn't have any relationship with any particular brick. They're all bricks. However, he knows that if any one brick is missing, his wall falls down. So every brick is vital to keeping that wall standing. However, the Shemos, the Mispar, tells you that you're part of something huge. Right? You're part of this platoon. And yeah, if one member of a military brigade doing an invasion is missing, if there's no sniper, then the whole mission is compromised. But Shemos tells us that there's a personal relationship with each and every single member of the Mispar. That's the Rebbe Shalom's relationship with us. If you're ever not sure if the Rebbe Shalom really, really cares about you, let me tell you about a story about an individual. It's called Avram. Avram was in his later years, and he said that he had suffered from a heart attack and cancer. Neither of them are very geschmack. Surviving them is very geschmack. What happened? He came home from the doctor. The doctor told him that he had cancer. He was devastated. No one was home. He sat there on the couch crying like a baby. He cried for who knows how long, maybe an hour. And then he called his Rebbe. His Rebbe cried along with him. And his Rebbe said, you had a friend Shaul back in camp. He also had cancer. He survived. He fought through it. Be'ez Hashem, you're going to fight through it too. Maybe you can get in touch with him. He'll give you a little chizuk. I was thinking, I haven't spoken to him. I haven't seen him in 50 years. It was like half a century. Okay, maybe I'll reach out. He went out to go daven. He walks into shul. First person he sees is the Shaul from 50 years ago. Crazy! This one person, he hasn't seen him in 50 years, his Rebbe just mentions him. Just that gave him chizuk. When he came home, he told his family what the doctor had told him. But by now he was in a better spirits and he was able to give it over better. He started going for his treatment. During this tkufa, he had a business deal with someone. And normally he never had an appointment in the morning, but to accommodate, he had a 9 a.m. appointment to meet this client. And he walked into this building, opened the front door, and immediately had a heart attack and collapsed. Right there, in front of everybody. So people knew. They called Hatzalah. 2 of his personal friends happened to be on the block of this business, of this building. And they rushed in and started doing CPR. They didn't have every bit of equipment they needed. Baruch Hashem, someone also called 911. And the 911 paramedic showed up with this other piece of equipment and they started working on him for 15 minutes. Nothing. Not a pulse, nothing. At a certain point, we know that if the heart stops beating, there's 8 minutes before the brain starts getting damaged. It's 15 minutes. The paramedics said, there's nothing left. And they put a sheet over him. But his 2 friends were standing there and they said, we're going to have to tell his family this. We can't give up. And they continued doing CPR. 36 minutes after his heart attack, they got a faint pulse. Enough that they were able to rush him to the hospital. And once they were there, they hooked him up, and they called the family and said, you could come spend some time with your father. The doctor came out and they told the family, you should know that chances of him waking up are very slim. If he does, there's going to be serious brain damage, and he's going to need to be in rehab for a long time. You have to be ready. And they prepared for the worst. 24 hours later, Avram was up, and a week later, he was behind the wheel of his car. Nisim Gluya, beginning to end. He went to go get his chemotherapy. He didn't enjoy his chemotherapy. He didn't enjoy his heart attack. Chemotherapy really drains you, and he was not excited. But he went, and he was on his way in. He said, this is what I have to do, this is my ishtadlus. He showed up, and they did some preliminary tests before continuing after his heart attack and said, I'm sorry, your heart is too weak. We can't give you this chemo. But we have another option that we just came out with, this new way of dealing with your cancer. Worth a shot. Because you can't get chemotherapy because of your heart. Let's try this. They gave him this pill, and he reacted very well to it. And shortly after, he was better. He's without any side effects because of his heart attack. It's nice to know we have a bunch of looking out for us. May we be zeicha to see the Yad Hashem, to feel His love, to know that we are important as individuals. Like each star has its own name, but we're also part of the Kochavim, the entire galaxy of Klal Yisrael. Shabbos.